Let me tell you something, the life you want, the dream you've been chasing, the greatness you keep talking about, it's not gonna show up while you're sleeping. It's not gonna come knocking on your door while you're scrolling, wishing, and waiting for motivation, and waiting for motivation. You keep saying you're waiting for the right time, but the right time was yesterday. The right time was the day before that. Every single morning you wake up and hit that snooze button. You are pushing your dream one day further away. You're not just losing time, you're losing life. You say you want success, you say you want to be great, you say you want to change your life, but wanting and working for it are not the same thing. Everybody wants, but not everybody grinds. But not everybody grinds. Everybody executes. Everybody says, I'm gonna do it, but only a few actually get up and do it now. And that's the difference between the average and the extraordinary. Listen to me. Listen to me. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the most talented. You don't have to have money or the perfect plan or even all the answers. You just have to have hunger. You got to have that fire inside that says, I will not stop until I get what I can. You got to be the one that refuses to give up, refuses to stay comfortable, refuses to let the day end without progress. Some of you keep waiting for motivation to come find you. You want the perfect video, the perfect song, the perfect quote to get you moving. But the truth is, nobody's coming. Nobody's gonna knock on your door and say, hey, it's time to change your life. You gotta wake yourself up. You gotta wake yourself up. You gotta be your own alarm clock. You gotta look at that mirror every morning and say, today I'm done wasting potential. Today I show up for me. When you procrastinate, you tell the world and yourself that your goals don't matter. Every time you say a later, you are saying a later. You are saying, I don't believe in my future enough to fight for it now. But guess what? Later never comes. Someday doesn't exist. You keep saying it one day, but one day becomes 2, becomes 10, becomes years. And suddenly you look back and realize you talk more than you lived. There's a beast inside you, and it's dying because you keep feeding it excuses. It's hungry for challenge, hungry for progress, hungry for greatness, but you keep giving it comfort, distraction, laziness. You keep saying, I'll start tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. You are suffocating your own potential because you're afraid to be uncomfortable. You're scared of discipline. You're scared of the grind. But listen, the grind is where you find yourself. The struggle is where you build the version of you that nobody can break. When you wake up in the morning, you got 2 choices. Hit snooze and dream again, or get up and chase the dream. Dream again, or get up and chase the dream. Every morning is a new chance to rewrite your story. Every sunrise is another opportunity to choose progress over procrastination. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts a lifetime. Don't let regret be the soundtrack of your life. Stop telling yourself you don't have time. You do have time. You're just giving it to things that don't matter. You've got the same 24 hours as every champion, every millionaire, every success story you admire. The difference isn't time, it's focus, it's hunger, it's consistency, it's saying, I don't care how I feel, I'm showing up. Because feelings fade, but purpose remains. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. Discipline means you do it even when you don't feel like it. You show up tired, you show up sore, you show up uncertain, but you still show up. Because every day you show up, you build momentum, and momentum is what kills procrastination. Some of you keep waiting until you feel ready. You'll never feel ready. That's the trap. The world doesn't reward the ready, it rewards the doers. You're waiting for the fear to disappear, but fear never disappears. You just learn to move with it. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to act in spite of it. Listen to me. You can't have excuses and excellence at the same time. You can't have comfort and growth at the same time. You can't keep saying, I'll try and expect results. Try is weak. Try is half-hearted. You gotta commit. You gotta decide that from this moment, you're done negotiating with your goals. You're done reasoning with your laziness. You're done playing small. You've been given a gift. Life. You've been given breath. You've been given another sunrise that some people didn't get to see. What are you doing with it? Wasting it? Scrolling it away? Complaining? Comparing? You got power. You got potential, you got purpose, but none of it matters if you don't move. You gotta get obsessed. You gotta get consumed with progress. You gotta wake up every day saying, I will not waste this day. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. If you failed yesterday, fine. Today is redemption. If you slacked last week, fine, today is a new fight. But stop letting bad days become bad habits. Stop letting mistakes become excuses. Learn, adjust, move forward. You keep saying it's hard. Of course it's hard. If it were easy, everybody would do it. But the fact that it's hard, that's what makes it worth it. That's what separates you from the rest. Hard is your advantage, because when others quit, you'll still be standing. Hard builds character. Hard builds strength. Hard builds winners. Truth is, procrastination isn't about time. It's about fear. Fear of failure. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of not being a mutt. But let me tell you, failure is not the end, it's the beginning. Every failure is a lesson in disguise. Every rejection, every setback, every delay, it's all part of the process. You don't grow in comfort. You grow in comfort. You grow in challenge. You don't discover who you are when everything's easy. You discover it when everything's falling apart and you still refuse to quit. There's a voice in your head that keeps saying, "Arrest a little. You deserve it." And that voice sounds kind, but it's lying to you, because it doesn't want your greatness. It wants your comfort. It doesn't care about your future. It cares about your feelings. You got to stop negotiating with that voice. You got to silence it with action. You got to drown it out with discipline. You owe it to yourself, to your future self, to show up every single day like your life depends on it. Because it does. The choices you make today will echo 10 years from now. The habits you build today will shape your future. You're either building strength or building excuses, but you can't build both. When you wake up, don't look at your phone. Look at your purpose. Don't scroll through other people's success. Go build your own. Stop living in reaction and stop living in reaction and start living in creation. You are not here to survive. You are here to thrive. You are not average. You are not ordinary. You were born for more, but you'll never see it if you keep hitting snooze on your destiny. You say you want to be great, then act like it. You say you want to be successful, then grind like it. That person. You say you want to change, then prove it. Talk is cheap. Words are easy, but action, that's where transformation lives. When you feel tired, remember why you started. When you feel lazy, remember the pain of regret. When you feel like quitting, remember there's somebody out there who's dreaming of your opportunities. You're out here blessed and acting like you got time to waste. You don't. Life is short. Every second matters. Listen, the graveyard is full of unrealized dreams. Full of people who said, "I'll do it tomorrow." Don't let that be you. Don't let your potential die because you were too scared to start. You got breath in your lungs. That means you still got time to fight. You still got time to build. You still got time to become everything you were meant to be. The world doesn't owe you anything. Nobody's gonna hand you success. You gotta take it. You gotta wake up with hunger. You gotta show up with fire. You gotta be willing to suffer for it, bleed for it, sacrifice for it, because when you finally taste the victory, every drop of sweat will be worth it. You don't need permission to start. You don't need validation to keep going. You don't need anyone to believe in you. You just need to believe in yourself. Believe that no matter how long it takes, how hard it gets, how many times you fall, you will rise. You will fight. You will fight. You will win. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Start messy. Start scared. Start unsure. Because progress beats perfection every single time. The difference between people who make it and people who don't is that the ones who make it never stop moving. They don't wait for confidence. They build it through action. So when that alarm goes off tomorrow, don't think. Move. Don't hesitate. Don't scroll, grind, because every time you choose action over comfort, you're killing the old you. You're breaking the chains of procrastination. You're building the version of yourself that you've always dreamed of. You got to tell yourself, I'm unstoppable. You got to remind yourself that you survived every hard day before this one, and you're still standing. You've got power running through your veins. You've got greatness written in your DNA. You just need to wake it up. Stop underestimating yourself. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Be your own hero. Be your own reason. Be your own rescue. Because once you take responsibility for your life, nobody can take that power from you again. Every day, demand more from yourself than you did yesterday. Every day, choose progress over perfection. Every day, get a little better. Because small steps repeated daily create unstoppable momentum. That's how you win. That's how you destroy procrastination. Not by waiting for big leaps, but by committing to small, relentless steps every single day. Listen to me. The time is now, not tomorrow. not next week. Now, the version of you that you dream about is waiting on the other side of your excuses. The life you want is waiting on the other side of your fear. You don't get there by talking, you get there by doing. So get up, get hungry, get focused. Look at your goals and say, I'm coming for you. Look at your future and say, oh, you belong to me. You are not weak. You are not lazy. You are not your past. You are powerful. You are capable. You are destined. The clock is ticking. The world is moving. The question is, are you? Because success doesn't wait. Purpose doesn't pause. And life will pass you by if you keep saying it later. No more later. No more someday. No more excuses. Today you rise. Today you grind. Today you grind. Today you become. Now get up.
Listen to me. You said you wanted to change, right? You said you were tired of wasting time, tired of watching your life drift by, tired of watching other people live your dream while you keep telling yourself, I'll start tomorrow. But guess what? Tomorrow don't exist. It never has. It's a mirage that disappears every time you take a step toward it. All you've ever had, all you'll ever have is right now. This second, this breath, this heartbeat. And the question is, what are you doing when you talk about greatness like it's a destination? It's not. Greatness is a decision. Oh. It's the decision to do the hard thing when your feelings tell you no. It's the decision to show up when your mind screams for comfort. It's the decision to work when no one's clapping, to sacrifice when no one's watching, to keep pushing when no one's believing. That's greatness, not trophies, not titles, not applause. It's what you do when the lights are off. You keep saying, I'll start when I feel ready. You won't. You'll never feel ready. You'll never wake up one morning and suddenly have no fear, no doubt, no laziness. Readiness doesn't show up. You have to build it, one decision at a time. Every morning you choose discipline over delay. Every night you choose purpose over comfort. You're building readiness. You're building strength. You're building you. And I know what you're thinking, it's hard. Of course it's hard. That's the point. The easy route never builds character. The easy route never changes lives. The easy route is crowded with people who gave up on their own potential. You want to stop procrastinating. You have to fall in love with the grind. You have to get addicted to progress. You have to find beauty in the discipline. Every single morning you wake up, you're at war. Not with the world, but with yourself. The lazy version of you. The scared version of you, the doubtful, distracted, comfortable version of you. That's the enemy. In every action you take, every moment you resist the temptation to scroll. Every time you get up when you'd rather sleep, you win another battle. The problem is, most people quit before the war is won. They win a few days, they start strong, they feel good, and then they relax. But listen, momentum doesn't care about your mood. Discipline doesn't care about your feelings. Success doesn't care about your comfort. You either show up or you don't. You either do it or you don't. You can't just be motivated. You have to be transformed. Motivation fades, it's an emotion. But transformation changes your identity. When you become the kind of person who just does it, who doesn't think twice about showing up, who doesn't negotiate with laziness, that's when procrastination dies for good. So I'm asking you, who are you becoming? Not what are you doing, not what are you planning, but who are you becoming when nobody's watching? When that alarm rings, are you a warrior or a warrior? When life gets heavy, do you break or do you rise? Because every decision defines you. Every hesitation rewrites your destiny. You've got to be willing to get uncomfortable. Growth only happens in the pain. You can't stretch into greatness while you cling to comfort. You can't become extraordinary while living like everybody else. You've got to step into the unknown. You've got to train your mind to stop running from the hard. You've got to tell yourself, I can handle this. Because you can. You've handled everything else life's thrown at you. You're still standing. You're still here. When you procrastinate, you're teaching your brain that your goals don't matter. You're reinforcing weakness. You're telling your potential, oh, wait. And potential that waits too long dies. Don't let yours die. Don't let the fear of failure keep you from even trying. Don't let perfectionism keep you from progress. Progress is messy. Progress is ugly, but progress is what changes everything. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. You just need to take that next step, then the next, then the next, Because consistency beats intensity every single time. You don't need to climb the mountain today, just take a step and then don't stop. People say, I don't have the time. That's a lie. You have the same 24 hours as every success story you admire. The problem isn't time, it's priorities. You give your time to what you value most. And if you're not where you want to be, it's because you've been valuing comfort more than purpose, distraction more than destiny, pleasure more than progress. You've got to change what you value. You've got to start valuing the grind, the process. Because the process is where you build the strength to hold the blessing. Everybody wants the success, but few can carry it because they never built the strength along the way. Stop looking for shortcuts, there are none. Every second you spend looking for an easier way is a second. You could have been building discipline. Every hack, every 5-minute secret, every shortcut, it's all a lie to keep you lazy. There's only one way: work, uncomfortable, consistent, relentless work, and I know you're tired. I know some days you wake up and the fire feels gone. But listen, the fire doesn't start itself. You have to feed it. Every time you act, even when you don't feel like it, you're feeding that fire. Every time you choose purpose over procrastination, you're breathing life into your dream. There are people out there praying for the opportunities you're wasting, praying for the time you're throwing away, praying for the health, the resources, the blessings you take for granted. Don't disrespect your gift by being lazy with it. Don't dishonor your potential by delaying it. You don't have to move mountains. Just move you. Just move your body when you don't want to. Move your hands when you'd rather rest. Move your mind toward progress. Because movement creates momentum, and momentum creates miracles. There's a voice inside you that keeps whispering, you can't do it. Silence it. Replace it with action. Action is the loudest argument against doubt. You can't think your way into confidence. You have to act your way into it. Let me ask you something. If your future self could stand in front of you right now, what would they say? Would they thank you for the grind? Or would they look you in the eyes and say, oh, why did you waste my life? That's what procrastination does. It steals from your future self. Every delay is a debt your future self will have to pay. You want to stop procrastinating? Start keeping promises to yourself. Every time you say you'll do something and you do it, you build trust. You build belief. You build integrity. You become someone you can count on. That's how you win. Not by doing everything perfectly, but by doing what you said you'd do. No matter how small it is, you can't lie to yourself and expect greatness. You can't keep saying I'll do it tomorrow and expect confidence. Confidence comes from evidence, evidence that you do what you say. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you chip away at your own strength. Every time you keep one, you rise a little higher. Listen, the enemy of progress isn't failure. It's comfort. Comfort is the killer of dreams. Comfort whispers, you've done enough. Comfort says, arrest now. But greatness doesn't rest. Doesn't rest. You can rest when the work is done, not when you're tired. When the alarm goes off, that's not a signal to rest. That's a call to battle. That's your moment to prove that today you're stronger than yesterday. Every time you get up instead of snoozing, you win. Every time you move when your body says no, you win. Every time you act instead of thinking, you win. You're not just building habits, you're building a legacy. Someday, someone's going to look back at your story and either say, hey, wasted it, or they changed everything. You choose which story gets told. You have to decide. Right now, that procrastination will no longer run your life. You're not waiting for motivation, you are creating momentum. You're not waiting for the right time, you are making time. You're not hoping for change, you are the change. Every morning is a blank page. Write something worth reading. Every night is a reflection. Ask yourself, did I move closer to my goal today, or did I let comfort win again? Because if you didn't, tomorrow you fight harder. This is your life. This is your time. You've got one shot, and it's slipping through your fingers every time you say later. You can keep wasting days, or you can decide that today is the day you take control. No more waiting, no more wishing, no more weakness. It's time to wake up the beast. It's time to do what you were born to do. Listen, by now you've heard the message. You know what it takes. You felt that fire, that hunger, that pull in your chest saying, I can't waste another second. But the question is, what are you doing about it? Because no one is nothing without doing. You can't just talk about greatness. You gotta live it every single day. You can't keep waiting for the right vibe, the right mood, the right energy. You are the energy. You are the spark. The same way a flame doesn't start without friction. Your life won't ignite without resistance. It's in the friction, the pain, the discipline, the tired mornings, the lonely nights that the fire grows. You think success is glamorous. It's not. It's gritty. It's hard. It's waking up when your mind says no. It's working when nobody's watching. It's sacrificing comfort for commitment. It's doing the little things every day, even when they don't seem to matter, because deep down you know they do. You've got to remember why you started. You got to remember the dream that kept you up at night. You got to remember the version of you that was hungry, desperate, and ready to fight for a way out. That person is still in there, under the distractions, under the excuses, under the fear. And it's time to bring them back. You owe it to yourself to finish what you started. You owe it to yourself to prove that your word means something. You owe it to yourself to stop being comfortable in average. Because average will kill your potential faster than failure ever will. Failure teaches you, average numbs you. Every time you hit snooze, every time you scroll instead of study, every time you choose comfort instead of consistency, you're casting a vote for the person you don't want to become. And the more votes you cast, the more permanent that version of you becomes. But here's the truth. You can flip the script anytime you want. One decision, one moment, one action can change everything. You gotta stop saying, I'll do it when I feel like it. No, you do it because you said you would. You do it because you're disciplined. You do it because your future deserves better than your excuses. You do it because greatness doesn't wait. When you move with purpose, procrastination has no power. When your why is strong enough, your how will appear. When you live like your dream is already yours, every action becomes fuel. You start walking different, talking different, thinking different, because you finally understand you were never waiting on motivation. You were waiting on yourself. Look, this is your moment. This is your time. You've survived too much to play small now. You've cried, you've bled, you've fallen. But you're still here, so use that pain. Turn that hurt into hurt. Turn that doubt into drive. Let every scar remind you that you didn't quit when it was hard. So don't you dare quit now. There will be days when it feels impossible good. That's how you know you're growing. There will be days when no one believes in you. Good. That's when you learn to believe in yourself. There will be days when everything falls apart. Good. That's when you build the strength to hold it together. So get up, stand tall, look that mirror in the eyes and say, I'm done waiting. I'm done wasting. I'm done holding back. Today, I move because the future belongs to those who act, not those who wait. Now go, no excuses, no delays, just action. Your time is now.